Hey everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 8. We are casting more games in the round of 16 here. This one going to be between MarchWaden and letsrock. MarchWaden you would definitely assume is going to be the favorite here. And in fact, I expect this series to be pretty quick. But you never know. Stranger things have happened than that. letsrock, though, probably doesn't have a huge chance of winning this series, so... First map here going to be College Teeth, though, and the map is, the faction is actually Conf versus Conf. Pretty fun. I haven't actually seen this in a long time. So letsrock picking first, because MarchWaden has the lower seeding number. MarchWaden picks second, bans Canyon. letsrock bans the Boneyard, picks Kalash. MarchWaden picks GTL. letsrock picks Crater, and MarchWaden picks Shallow. I think there's maybe a map pick missing here, but that's probably okay. I don't know. I don't mean to be too defeatist to the letsrock, but I don't really assume that we'll get to an ace match here, so... Sandscreamer Fab coming out from MarchWaden. He's got 6 Salvagers here already, so this could be Rail Rush, this could just be Assault Ship Contain, or it could be Ref Mode. Still a little too early to call. It looks like it is going to be Ref Mode from him. And he's going to queue up another Salvager before getting Sandscreamer Fab, so getting a little bit greedy with this. letsrock, though, probably going to let him get away with it, and I think MarchWaden probably is expecting that, because letsrock generally, if you've been watching games from him, he'll go for Sandscreamers into Ref Mode. And when you do this, you really lose a lot of tempo, which means that MarchWaden can kind of get away with going full greed here. So if this is indeed what he's doing, if this is like a blind read of letsrock's build, I'm really happy to see it, because it's a good punish of what his opponent is gonna, get away with, or try to get away with. Assault Ship Fab coming out here for letsrock, no. Still no Skimmer Fab. This is very, very late for MarchWaden. He doesn't think he needs it, and I think he's probably right. Ref Mode done in about 7 seconds here. Salvager awkwardly going to try and drop off at the carrier. It'll realize in a moment. Actually, MarchWaden is going to micro it, so he gets that just a little bit faster. Ref Mode is done now. And that base is fully filled out. Sandscreamer Fab on the way. And MarchWaden, while this is coming, he'll probably end up floating enough CUs that he can queue up a second PC. God, it Weaves is here? Okay, nice. Alright, in that case, we will be doing the co-cast next. Or triple cast, actually. But we'll get to that in a moment. Can you just tell him on the Discord, then, that I'm casting probably 3 games, to be honest. And we'll probably, be done in just about, like, 45 minutes, if you can wait. Assault Ship Fab coming out from MarchWaden here. A couple depth packs being deployed by him, actually, that's sort of interesting. letsrock actually getting up on top of the bases here. Now, MarchWaden was saying in chat there he didn't actually know the faction matchup here, so... Or, no, not the faction matchup, sorry. He didn't know his opponent terribly well here, so he actually was doing this blind, like he was willing to take this kind of eco advantage against someone he didn't necessarily know was going to go for this kind of a greedy opener, or weak opener, so... It's really interesting for MarchWaden. But you can see this is paying off here, because second PC is on the way, Assault Ship Fab almost done. And letsrock leaving that PC at home, even if these Assault Ships chose to attack, letsrock is not going to really get any damage done, because they're too slow. So, this is very nice for MarchWaden. Assault Ship Fab going to be done just now. And I imagine he'll queue one of those up almost immediately. Skimmer, actually, okay. Well, oh, you know what? To be fair, he hasn't actually seen that there are Assault Ships, so maybe that's why he's not doing that. Interceptor Tech coming out here. And yeah, actually, Cookies, I would say that's probably true, because, oh, that probably means he picked not Conf in his series against you, didn't he? But yeah, definitely this is how I would think about things as well. When you're playing against someone who you think can beat you, you always go with your main faction. If you're playing against someone else, maybe you'll think, well, I could, well, I could certainly, go for, like, my off faction and get a bit of practice here, so... Interceptor Tech coming out for MarchWaden, by the way. He does finally see these Assault Ships, but the thing is, he doesn't even really need to pull off the line here. He can probably just get right back onto that base, because he will have Armor 1, his opponent doesn't have this. Actually, he's cancelled it, though. But he does have more Assault Ships than his opponent here in just a moment, right? So, I take it back, pulling off the line was a good move for MarchWaden here, just keeping himself safe. But he can get this high ground up here, and he should be able to easily fight off these Assault Ships. Second Extract on the way for letsrock here. These 2 skims could maybe do something about it, but looks like he's just going to keep him down on that side of the map for now. Interceptor Fab coming out from MarchWaden. It is done now. Loses actually one salvager off this base, which is not terribly ideal, but it's not going to be the end of the world either. And ref mode just now coming out from letsrock. MarchWaden has a huge lead, both in army, where he's got as many assault ships and the better tech, and in eco, where he's moving up to 3 base, where his opponent is just going to be on 2 in 45 seconds. So, yeah, that's how we've gotten to this point. Pretty much MarchWaden has, I think, nothing that isn't going for him except for the artifacts, where he's going to not have an extract here, so... Very nicely done for him. Armor 1 coming out from MarchWaden now. It's a very late Armor 1 tech, right? But his opponent didn't get it either, so he didn't really feel like he needed it, I suppose. Hot damn. Anyway. I don't know, he doesn't have enough BD. Yeah, good point there. Ref mode comes out for letsrock. MarchWaden just going to continue building a couple more strike fighters, or interceptors here. He hasn't gotten Afterburner yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it. This is a very MarchWaden-y thing to do. I guess fleet cap is pretty important, though. I should know that of all people. Yeah, MarchWaden very commonly does go for that Afterburner tech and uses it to have more pressure on the field with those interceptors, and there it is on the way. Extraction comes out from MarchWaden, bringing the scoreline to 1-2. And you're right, that is quite a lot of assault ships, but the thing is, MarchWaden can have more if he wants them. He has 2 production lines, and letsrock only has 1. MarchWaden doesn't know that, but he definitely could if he wants to. Seems like for now, though, they're going to take a little bit of a fight around this choke point here. MarchWaden going to try and dump AoE damage with those interceptors, and you can see it's pretty good. One more pass and they'll die, so MarchWaden probably just wants to hold this ground right here. Yep, takes him out. Now it's 3-on-4. And at this point, MarchWaden pretty easily wins this fight. He may not even lose any assault ships, but perhaps this guy will die. Yeah, he does lose 1 there, but that's pretty acceptable losses. And yeah, that clears up the field really, really nicely for MarchWaden. letsrock now not really with anything left. He's going to tech into interceptors now. But MarchWaden already going to precision bombers. I think it really hurts, but I think letsrock kind of needs to go for missile ship fab here. But he does have a second PC out now, so he can at least rebuild army at some point. These interceptors are going to do a lot of damage, though, in the meantime. Yeah, they sawed the AS in half. Just to kind of show off the power of flex tape, right? Eight interceptors now. And it looks like they actually just want to go straight for the PCU kill. They're going to lose 1 of them right off the initial engage right there, but that's okay. Minimal micro required here. He is going to kill that PC. Can keep these guys away, though, to keep him safe from that base runner's anti-air, but because he may lose 1 here. Yeah, he does, actually. So not the greatest to lose interceptors after killing the PC, but like he is going to kill off all of the salvagers, so maybe this is worth it. He only lost 2 there, though, I'm pretty sure. Ammo capacity upgrade coming out from MarchWaden on the bombers. That's usually what you do if you believe that your first reveal is going to be really deadly. And it is, make no mistake there. I might not hate building a base runner here, though, but just to try and get like a bit more artifact pressure from this, but it's still going to be pretty good for MarchWaden, and he has that second bomber on the way. I'd love to see him do what Sparrow did, which is to launch this bomber and then dock it. But, no, you're right about that. You're right about that. I don't know, with a bit of micro, though, you could have kept those interceptors alive, I think, but it's alright, though. Interceptors come in here and clean out a bunch of assault ships as well that are trying to pressure on that base runner. Could use that smoke ability. Well, we really should use that smoke. Yeah, there we go. Interceptors from letsrock now are going to try and contest. They do manage to get 1 kill right on the reveal, but I think that they'll go down with only that. And the bomber's just going to ignore these assault ships entirely and drive past. The interceptors could maybe save this base runner, though. Doesn't look like it'll happen though. Base Sprinter does go down. Second PC lost for letsrock though, and now he has no production cruisers. All he's got is air, basically. And at this point, yeah, it's going to be pretty academic. MarchWaden really is going to kill this carrier with bombers, I think. Don't think he really needs the artifact. Oh, I don't know. It could make all the difference, man. letsrock going to stick it in here like a PogChamp, but he definitely is going to die at this point. Oh yeah, look at that. letsrock choosing to surrender here. Somehow I missed it. So pretty easy game one then. The problem is just that letsrock is doing bad builds. He pretty much lost by the build order. I want to see if he will adapt during the series, but if he doesn't, you know, all of the games are probably going to go this way. Game 2 going to be on Gaussian territories, and this I believe was MarchWaden's pick. A map that he... Yeah, MarchWaden's pick, yeah. A map that he generally has been quite good on. If you remember that series between him and I in the semifinals of the last Jaraci Cup, obviously this was the map that he beat me. He beat my rail rush just by the Conf carrier being used in a really, really nice way I hadn't seen before. He definitely outplayed me there. So I think he's going to be pretty comfortable going greed on this map then. I don't remember the Conf carrier having this many squares on it. So let's see what the build is for letsrock this time. Let's get a Sandskinner Fab first. MarchWaden looks like definitely is going ref mode, right? But he's actually built 2 salves before he gets the ref mode tech. And he's going to pop the Rex. This slows him down actually quite a bit. I guess he could go for Skimmer Fab from here, but I don't know. I don't think he will. This is maybe a bit slow though, eh? It's not what he did last game. Assault Chip's gonna get teched by letsrock here now. So same as last game, but again, he's not moving that PC forward, which makes me worried that he's gonna make this a, he's gonna make this kind of a lame, you know, sort of middle of the road build. And now, MarchWaden, I don't know, like, actually which side he wants the carrier to be on, because having the carrier down here is probably not great. So maybe he wants the carrier to be, just on this main base here, but he can choose to flip them if he wants the carrier to go onto this base here. And this would be the time to choose that. But it's a second base runner coming out from him. Oh, okay. So he's going to really abuse his opponent's lack of field control then. Which is basically to say, like, he's going to get 2 artifacts out here. And this Conf carrier could maybe even, like, rush to the victory at that point if he wanted to play it that way. A couple blast drones being produced as well. Second base runner's out. And Assault Chip Tech done now. Sandskinner Fab just now starting for MarchWaden. Again, very late, but like he doesn't really feel like he needs it. Blast Drone gonna do a little bit of scouting for him. He's gonna pick up this artifact and look to extract. A couple skims gonna attempt to stop him, but he has that smoke, so he won't really take too much damage here. Probably wants to just pop that early, to be honest. But the Blast Drone also can clear out the Sand Skimmers if he wants to. Looks like it's a little bit of a race for this artifact here, but MarchWaden should be winning it. And he does take that one. Blast Drone coming in here. Gets a pretty good detonate, kills one of them. Second Blast Drone can finish it off now if he wants to. And he does have Sand Skimmer Fab, so a couple skims going to come out to the midfield here. Eventually he'll need something to deal with the tech, but I think MarchWaden could have a good game here by getting a second PC first. And then just moving out across the field with this carrier. Something we don't see terribly often. I don't think we've ever seen from him, but it could definitely work for him here. Ref mode just now started for letsrock. Second smoke actually going to pop for this base burner here. Just trying to buy a little bit of time if he can. If he can get like one heal off, like the auto healing, that'd be really, really big for him. Yeah, he does. Actually, he gets like 2 or 3 ticks off, but it looks like this base burner will maybe die. But the second base runner pops smoke and tries to keep him in it. Oh, that's so big. There's another blast drone out here as well, but it needs to target these assault ships here. Yeah, it doesn't look like that base runner has has much to live for, but he will at least get another artifact out. I don't think that this base runner really can be stopped. Sandskimmer's here a little bit awkwardly, not targeting the Sandskimmer that's next to him, but that's okay. He's actually got one that'll clean it up. No, he didn't kill it. Oh, that's pretty funny. But this Conf base runner should go down now from letsrock. And Assault Chip Tech is on the way for MarchWaden, as well as damage 1 on the skims, and he has 2 artifacts now. So the only thing that MarchWaden was missing in that last game was that his opponent had the artifact pressure on him first. This game, he's got that too. He's faster on eco. You know, ref mode's just finished here, but like... yeah, cookies, I do that too. You're definitely right about that. But yeah, he's just now finished ref mode, so he can kind of start moving out onto his second base. I guess his tech is a little bit faster. But, I don't know, this probably is just game over if MarchWaden chooses to commit that carrier. He's just getting actually missile ship fad, so I guess he knows that it's going to be ints first for his opponent. What he needs now, though, is actually assault chips on this side here, because obviously he is going to get pressured from these assault chips, but that carrier can cover it, and he is actually going to move out with the carriers. This is what I was saying that he could do. Armor 1 finishes for the Sandskims. That's actually going to be kind of big against these assault ships here. But Missile Ship Tech finishing in a moment. And MarchWaden, actually, he could have gone for rails instead. That maybe would be better here, but, whoa. You can still use the assault chips quite effectively. Yeah, isn't it interesting they always have a delay on exploding when you hit D? I never really knew why that was. Skim's gonna jump on this assault ship, by the way. They should be able to kill it, actually. Goes. Now these assault ships are doing what they want to do, which is to get off to the side here. They're actually kind of going to get revealed again, so it's maybe a little bit sloppy. But the assault ships can't fight the carrier, but they can fight what's behind it if they can get around it, so he wants to sort of like hide around on the back line there. I see, yeah, because you're getting carrier power and Sandskimmer upgrades, right? And missile ships too, those aren't terribly cheap. And base runners. So I guess there's actually a lot of things to spend RUs on here. I guess I can get that. Another base runner, by the way, being produced. He's already made 1. If he can get 3 artifacts here, he actually wins the game. And that'd be a very, very fast artifact win. But I'd love to see him go for it. I think he can get away with it. He's actually fleet cap, though, so a touch awkward here. Needs more KSC, yeah. Can't win the game without KSC, right? Sandskim's gonna jump on this assault ship. They will clean it out. That's just 1 assault ship with only armor 1, so it goes down pretty easy. And letsrock actually gonna bring this carrier to bear here. I don't know about this. I don't really think there's any way that he can get this, like he can win a carrier fight here. So MarchWaden, if he sees this, he'll just commit. He doesn't need to back away or give any respect to this carrier. Missiles launched from both players here, but MarchWaden has the vast power upgrade advantage, so he's going to come up and sit on top of his opponent here. Power 3 teching as well. Artifacts are coming out, by the way, and the reason why letsrock is doing this is because he knows he's got to stop this this artifact here, but... yeah, this is going to be rough, though. He needs to commit the missiles on the base runner, too, but... and in fact, to be honest with you, he really has to commit the missiles onto this base runner in particular, because if he commits them onto any of the other ones, he won't stop them. Missile ship is here, though, catches one of the interceptors already. Won't get another shot off. Oh, but there's another missile ship here, yeah. Yeah, so really nothing panning out here, really, for letsrock. Skimmers are even up on the main base, but they're not going to be able to do too much there. Power 4 now into the weapons for MarchWaden. I mean, that is a lot of power. Like, 1 more volley will pretty much kill letsrock here. And letsrock really, really getting punished for these middle-of-the-road builds here. This is what I always want to see when people play against such builds in the group stage. MarchWaden just totally putting on a clinic of how to do it, right? Keep the tempo up, basically. If your opponent is going to do a bad build, just punish them for it as fast as you can. Let's load Game 3 up here. And Game 3 could be the last. This one going to be on Torrent Crater, it looks like. Oh no, this one's on Firebase Krill. Okay, yeah, I thought there was actually a map pick missing here, so I'll add it into the info.txt. Picks Firebase Krill. Okay. And in we go. Oh, but actually, Cookies, we're gonna do the triple cast. So, I'll cast you then tomorrow, maybe. Well, no, tomorrow I probably can't. Maybe on Thursday. Yeah, first we have the triple cast to do with Sick IGN and God Hates Weebs. Anyway, game 3 here, potentially going to be the last. MarchWaden up 2 in this series, and so far he's shown no signs of slipping here, but it looks like this is going to be a rail rush. At least that's what it seems like to me. He's got 2 on RUs here, retiring the base runner. And there is the Sandskimmer Fab. Just a tad slower than it could have been. Oh, but he's actually going to cancel it. Okay, so now it puts in two more salvagers being produced onto that third base location. Which one? You versus Cookies? Yeah, I'll ping both of you for that one. It'll probably be Thursday. But it remains to be seen. Depends like when I'm busy. Skimmerfab does start before ref mode for MarchWaden though, so this is definitely going to be some kind of a rush, but it's definitely delayed a little bit if he's going to go for Skimmerfab this late. In that case, what I'd like to see him do is actually get another PC first. But he's going to LDM onto RUs, which tells me he's looking for Railtech. Sandskimmer Fab done for Let's Rock here. What he's done before is to go now for Assault Chip Fab. Yep, there it is. So there's no adaptation from Let's Rock. He seems to be content to just play this the same way over and over again, but I don't know, I really feel like MarchWaden is just going to beat him if he plays that same build. You've got to realize at some point, like, man, I'm behind before I even start fighting, right? Yeah, it is Railgun Fab from MarchWaden. Very few skims, but again, he'll get away with this because his opponent hasn't really been doing anything, right? And PC is actually moving to this location. I would rail rush from here first, but you can make it work from that side too. I've done it before. Assault Chip Tech done in about 15 seconds, but so is the Rail Tech from MarchWaden. So that's the thing, like, MarchWaden has more eco than his opponent, but he still has the faster tech. Like, how does this happen exactly? And he obviously has the army advantage too. First blood of the game gonna be this LDM self going down here. Base Runner's starting to take some fire as well. MarchWaden, it seems, not really terribly concerned about blast drones. But if he micros this right, he can kill this thing. There's no smoke popping, so yep, down it goes. Not even gonna lose the skim here, which is very nice for him. Fleet Cap 45 comes out from MarchWaden also. And he has those assault rails on the way. Yeah, all of that for free. And at this point, I feel like the game is already over. Let's Rock teching into ref mode, but that's definitely not what he needs here. He needs a second PC, and MarchWaden kind of needs it too, but he can get it later. Look at this skim micro, man. He nearly managed to kill that assault chip and not even take any losses at all. Wow. That was really cool. In MarchWaden, I usually haven't really known for his micro, but I mean, that was very, very well done right there. Okay, Let's Rock does have ref mode done though, so he's gonna move his carrier out, which is definitely what he wants to do. Heavy Rail is immediately gonna start hitting it though. He's got power in the missile system, and this is going to hit the rails probably. Oh wow, really good hit right there. It's tricky, this kind of thing, because you can't really get the armor upgrades to defend against it. You just have to not get hit, but that's obviously much easier said than done. Rail rushing Con F is a very stressful experience. But he's dodged the missiles so far here, he's not getting hit anymore. He's got the money for a second PC. I'd love to see him start that up. Oh, I thought he had gotten range calibration, because it like showed up yellow for a second there. Good dodge on that missile. Doesn't quite dodge that one, but the railgun actually lived on 18 HP, so not bad. Now, a trick for dodging missiles is to rotate the carrier or the camera like this, so that you can see. Okay, I know exactly where it's going. It's going right here, so move to the side. But it takes a bit of practice, I suppose. Letsrock's carrier here, though, not long for this world. I think that's for sure. He's gonna dive in now with the skims, and committing everything, he will finish it off here. And that brings the series to an extremely comfortable 3-0 for him. I think the entire series only about half an hour. So very, very nicely done for letsrock, or for MarchWaden. And letsrock, unfortunately, going to be eliminated, but MarchWaden does advance to the quarterfinals. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll catch you next time.